Hey, it's Allie here with little Nora, who's just waking up from a nap, so hopefully we won't disturb her too much with the guitar playing.
Snake oil salesman try to steal my soul. Already spoken for, saved by rock and roll. Sunglass tattoo.
I'm just going to be talking about tuning right now. Tuning your guitar before you play is very important. It's important because if you don't tune, or if you're slightly out of tune, everything sounds off, and it's just not pleasant for anybody involved. You can either tune electronically, or you can tune using a pitch pipe and what's called relative tuning, which is make sure one of your strings is in tune and then tune all your other strings to that string. I like to recommend electronic tuners because I think that's the most reliable way to tune, especially for beginning guitar players. There are many different kinds of tuners that you can get. If you have a guitar that has a pickup in it, then you can plug into a pedal tuner such as this one. And there's all different kinds of brands, lots of great choices for tuners. You just plug in here and it'll tell you if you are on the pitch, or if you're sharp, which is a little bit higher than the pitch, or if you're flat, which is a little bit lower than the pitch. This is one type of pedal tuner. I use this on one of my pedal boards. This is my old Boss tuner from when I first started playing guitar. It's another one where you plug in on the side. It has a little meter right here, and it shows you if you're in tune or not. What I like to use nowadays is I love to use this little headstock tuner, and there's all different kinds of brands. This one happens to be a Snark, but pretty much every music company makes these. It's battery operated, and it feels the vibration of the string, and it'll just tell you if you are sharp, which is above the note, if you're flat, below the note, or if you're just perfectly in tune. So I'll go ahead and check my tuning here. One of the things that you should know about tuning is you always want to tune up to a note. I went way down. Now I'm coming back up, and then once it hits on this tuner, once it looks green, it's perfectly in pitch. So I have a few tips for tuning. One is to take your time, and this is especially important if you're at an open mic, performing in any way whatsoever. It can be tempting, and I have fallen into this trap more times than I care to admit. I don't want anyone to have to hear me tuning, because that's not really enjoyable. But what's less enjoyable for an audience is hearing you play a whole song or a whole set of music out of tune. It's horribly painful. So go ahead, make a joke or something, prepare something in advance to say that will be slightly entertaining maybe while you tune, and just tune. Everyone will appreciate it, especially you. Now, I did mention you want to tune up to your desired pitch. You don't want to tune down to it, because your string can slip afterwards and you can just go right back out of tune in the middle of a song. One thing to listen for, especially when you are tuning strings together, this is like the relative tuning that I was talking about. Put your finger on the 5th fret of the B string and hit the open high E string. It's a very smooth sound. Now, when it's out of tune, you'll hear hear that? These pulsating beat waves. When your strings are not playing exactly the same note, there'll be kind of a pulsation there. The faster the pulse is going, the further away you are from being completely in tune. As you get closer to being in tune, the beats will slow down, and then once you're perfectly in tune again, they'll disappear back in tune. So those are just a few tips about being in tune, staying in tune. If you ever find you go out of tune, just take your time in tune. I think that's like my biggest, littlest piece of advice. You'd be surprised how many beginning guitar players don't tune, especially before an open mic. I cannot stress how important it is, because it is so painful for the audience to have to sit through a whole song with the A chord sounding like this. No, we don't want that. We don't want that, okay? So do yourself a favor, do everybody a favor. If you don't already have a tuner, go get one. They're not very expensive, and learn how to use it. All right.